My name's Steve, and today, may the 4th be with you. And because it's such a special occasion, today we're going to be going over the Mattel Star Wars The Mandalorian, The Child, or as some of you may know as Baby Yoda, which isn't technically correct. It's the child. We don't know if it's related or whatnot. It's 50 years old, though, so that's cool. This little guy's older than me. Decided to pick this up just because I really like The Mandalorian, and my wife likes collecting plushies and more cutesy things like this, so it just seemed kind of a nice fit. And at 25 bucks, looking at it, seemed like a pretty reasonable deal. But it's not always a guarantee, so without further ado, for its packaging, I do like that it's kind of like the little carrying case that it was in. Or like the floating pod that the child would be in when you're watching the TV show. Because you got like the little nubs right here. It's got some like battle damage weathering effect on the side of it. You get the TV show name on the front until ages 3 and up. It kind of cuts. But what's kind of nice about this is if you want to keep this in the package, if you got any way of actually hooking it onto like your wall, it kind of gives you like the overall effect like you would kind of want from this. Not 100%. Like, I'm actually kind of tempted to try to make one of these to put this little guy in. But does the job nicely. And on the back just gives you a little bit of a description for the child. And just a little super cutie picture right there. Sadly, no hair though on the actual plushie. And then just some stuff right here on the bottom, some Lego mumbo jumbo. And let's get it opened up out of its cardboard prison. Alright, so now that we got the child opened up out of its cardboard prison, first and foremost, I want to bring this up because it kind of threw me off as soon as I got this out of the package. But he doesn't have feet. Baby Yoda does not have legs. It's just a little green sack here on the undersection of the cloth. Which I guess at the price point, I don't know what I was expecting, but I guess you don't really see the feet too often in the show. So there's that. Might be kind of nice, because the other option was like just sitting, like making the little bowl for him to hold on to, and you just kind of like chill over in the corner of my office. I guess that's still an option, but because he's legless, I don't know, it just seems more appropriate, I guess. It's odd. It's super odd. Because I was kind of expecting to have like little plastic feet, kind of like the hands here, which are just little tubes as well. But again, wasn't really expecting too much out of that. But anyways, for a closer look at its details, for its head sculpt, it's not bad. It's actually got a lot of nice detailing on it. The thing is, God, I just wish it had hair. Like, just a little bit of fuzz coming along the head here and on the ears here. I think would have made this thing almost like a 10 out of 10, even like with it missing the feet here. But just like, it's sitting, like, keeping it in its box or possibly sitting inside of something, this thing would have been great. Now it's like, you got some skin texturing on the top of the head. But outside of that, nothing too much else. I will say the eyes are, I don't know, they look super cute, but they're also just kind of like, when you're looking straight on, you can kind of see a little bit of detailing on the sides here. And I just don't, it's throwing me off because there's definitely something back there. And I'm assuming it's just the depth of whatever the black pupil was on the intersection and then the coloring on the underside. But looking straight on, it's almost like a shark. Just like a soulless shark. But like when you angle it, you kind of get the reflection of pupils, which is nice. Not as elaborate as the show, but again, for 25 bucks, not too shabby. But you do get some nice detailing around the eyelids here. There's some definition around the brows here. Super cute, adorable little button nose. His mouth is closed. Ears, pretty basic. Got some pink skin coloring here for the undersection. Head is also, it's like a soft plastic. So there's a little bit of flexibility. Only thing that kind of sucks is the way it's packaged in the box. It's exposed to the elements, so you have to kind of worry about, I was looking at some of the other figures, and the clear plastic here for the eyes were kind of scuffed up on some of them. This one didn't seem too bad, so it's the reason why I grabbed this one, but that is something to be a little bit wary of with your child, is that the more play and the more scuffing around the face is going to get, the more easily it is to scratch these eyes. And once these eyes are kind of scuffed, I feel like that kind of ruins the figure a bit. But on the back, you just get some more wrinkling of the skin. And there's even some creases here around the ears. Overall, like, it's not bad. Like, if it would have had the hair, I think I almost would have said that this is perfect. Even with the eyes being a little bit off, it's still really nice to me. Could possibly even maybe go over this a little bit with some, even just like makeup. Just like a little bit of black here and there, just to kind of make the details pop a little bit more. I think would be really nice to see. Then maybe a little bit of a darker green. Like, it is a pretty light shade of green, but it still works pretty well for the figure here. Or the plushie, I should say. But for the head, there is no rotation, so you get like a little bit of play with it. But it can't actually move. And then for its outfits, pretty basic overall. It's very clean looking, which I think is the one thing that kind of throws me off a little bit. It's kind of like the entire figure. It's just a little bit clean. But it has the like the wool on the top section here going around the head. Actually is kind of it's like a strap back here. It's kind of curious if this could actually come off, because this is just kind of stitched together here, and that's how it's hugging the plushie so well. But doesn't look like this would actually be easily removable, which I don't understand why you would. It's because it's just like, you just have like naked knapsack baby Yoda if you decided to do that. But to be honest, I'm not 100% how they actually got this on, because the head would have to be stitched on, right? And this isn't quite connected to the body here. Oh, you know what? There's probably, okay, so there's something on the undersection here. So probably the head pops on over top of the body here, and then they did it over top of that. That's what I'm assuming. The one thing I'm not as big a fan of is the way the bottom's cut. It's literally like they did design and then just snipped and left it be. So I could see this kind of fraying over time, especially with access play. So that is something to be concerned about with this. And then again, no legs on the bottom, just a green blob. Hands are done very nicely, though. There actually is some skin detailing there. The little nails on the hands, got some paint job on them as well. Nothing on the undersection, but you do get like the detailing for the fingers. And yeah, that's pretty much about it. Not too much going on with certain little baby here. Not really much for articulation either, because there's no wires or anything on the inside of it. So it's more or less, if you want to pose him, one thing that I would recommend is maybe getting some thick gauge wire. You can run it along the back here to kind of help pose your baby Yoda, especially if you want to kind of get it doing like movie shots or holding on to things, so it won't adjust. Because other than that, it seems like he stays up pretty well, because he does have some like beans on the undersection here to give it a little bit of weight. Though it doesn't take much to get him to tip over, so that is one thing to be concerned about. But you can also get like one of those doll stands or something for him, and just hook it up under here, up towards the neck, around there. And then again, you can put some wires through for the hands, and then you can get quite a bit of play value out of them. And for some quick comparisons here, we have the child compared next to some other Godzilla plushies with the anime Godzilla and Shin Godzilla. I want to say there's Sega. I'm pretty sure that's Sega. I just want to say this is Bandai. And here he is with some anime plushies with Guts from Kill la Kill and Ryo-Oki from Tenchi Muyo. And here he is with the Kiz Robot Facehugger and the Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid Tower plushie. And here he is with some Black Series Star Wars figures with the Mandalorian and Cara Dune. And here he is with some SH Figure Arts Star Wars figures with Boba Fett and the Shadow Trooper. So overall, for the Mattel's The Child plushie, this thing's pretty neat. For 25 bucks, it's got a lot of nice detailing. I think they did a really nice job on the head sculpt. Could use some hair, but I guess I'll forgive him this time. Eyes look very nice, and overall just pretty impressive at the price point. Again, it's so odd it doesn't have feet. I don't know what I was expecting it to have feet, because then it wouldn't have been able to stand as well by itself, I would imagine, either. Like, it just would have been a straight up plushie then, you just would have could only really have it sitting. Well, this kind of gives you a little bit more cosplay value out of it, because it could stand by itself and still look appropriate. So if you guys are into the Mandalorian series and just like Star Wars in general, definitely recommend this as a purchase. What do you guys think? If you guys picked up the child, what's your favorite episode of The Mandalorian? Or is Boba Fett just my thing? Please let us know in the comments. We also have an Instagram, Patreon, Pinterest, and Facebook. If you guys like to keep up to date with the channel and donate, would greatly appreciate it. And also have a t-shirt shop. And help us defeat those kaijus by hitting that like button, subscribe, become a ranger today. See you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.